finest. As always, I'm your host, Adam Krieger. Alongside my left, your right, the man, the myth, Anthony Fontanello. Font, what's going on, buddy?
Same shit, different day, another dollar. But other than that, it's all good. Heading down to Florida tomorrow, so had to get a quick pod in before I fly the coop for a week, and then I'll be back.
Before we get into our super busy show today, I guess we'll get a little bit of housekeeping notes. This is going to be a longer episode, so we're probably not going to do an episode next week. Like Anthony said, he's going away. And then we'll use that time to kind of we have some big plans going on. Hunter, the kid who's doing clips, has got some big YouTube and like overall content podcast plans. So we're going to use this like downtime to figure out, get ourselves kind of back in order. But yeah, like I said, we have a really busy show. I know last week I kind of mentioned that we might be having a guest this week. We actually decided that just because of everything that went on this week, and there was enough content provided from inside Vendetta alone, which is what we're going to be primarily talking about for the first half of this, that we didn't even really need a guest, and Anthony and I could handle this week.
Yeah, I think we were pretty good.
Yeah, we had a pretty packed show, so I guess we're kind of just going to get right into it. In case you didn't watch it, episode 3 of Vendetta Survivor came out. I think we recorded it on Sunday. Yeah, we recorded Sunday night, so it came out Monday. It's now Wednesday, July 14th. Another one bites the dust, but Font, I want to hear your quick thoughts on it. Our boy Hunter produced it and edited it, so I want to hear what you have to say.
Oh, you did? Okay. Well, it was good. It was good. I just want to say good job, Hunter, on editing that show. But yeah, the kid who left, it was like his name kept popping up in my like ears all the time because I feel like Trey's been talking about this kid like forever now. Like, I want to say he's been around since your internship class, maybe a little
way before me.
Yes,
way before
he
me.
was before. He was. Yes, that's right. Because he was around even. Yeah, he was around when I first got
I
here.
think he might have been here before you.
He probably was. And I remember Trey always be like, I understand. This kid doesn't know how to do SEO. Like, yada, yada, yada. Like, I how many videos do I have to put out? And then he would, like, ask me, were the SEO videos, like, good? Like, am I doing something wrong? I was like, well, dude, I'll put it to you this way. I said, take the first article I ever wrote for you. SEO was terrible. I said, take the second one I wrote for you after I watched the videos like over and over again, and you could see that it was very much improved. Like I'm sorry, but like it's really not that all that hard. Like, I mean, I learned it within a week, and that was me coming in as an intern, like never really doing any of this before. Hell, I don't even know what SEO was prior to me getting here. So it really wasn't all that hard, and I think it was about time that cut the kid loose because I mean, if it's you're gonna go on almost a full year where you still like didn't know how to do SEO, like that's just bad. Like it's not like he's put in the effort. The problem is just like not cut out for this. I guess I don't know. Or just can't pay attention.
There have been these names that are in the general chat that I don't know, and part of that is because I don't really work with them on a day-to-day basis or whatever the case may be. But I've been asking Trey about this guy Stairs for a minute because whenever we were talking about like the dead weight in here, he was always be like, yeah, I don't recognize his name. Like, is he a writer? Is he a producer? What does he do? Blah, blah, blah. He's like, yeah, he's a writer just on a break. And then I've like kind of put more and more pieces together. The fact that this fucking guy's been here longer than me. And the SEO thing is kind of crazy because when you're writing any blog on our site, and I don't know if it's just an our site or a WordPress thing, but there are like very, very clear-cut directions on how to complete the tasks. It tells you key phrases not used enough, your SEO headlines too short. Like, it is idiot proof. So the fact that, every now and then I used to fuck it up. My first month, like, and everyone's made mistakes, and I think I made mistakes almost the other day with just a blog and the key phrase. But you just gotta learn shit, and the fact that he hadn't even tried was kind of astounding. But the bigger thing is that he realized how bad he was, and he was having Garrett and Sam try and do his work, but that shit's just ridiculous. Like how you gonna have someone else do your work? Like how you gonna make another man do your shit? It's fucking disgusting.
That's like, I mean, this ain't like ninth grade English homework. I mean, bro, come like you got to do your own stuff now. I mean, we're way past high school when you just walk into homeroom and you ask the kid next to you, yo, did you do the homework? Let me copy that real quick. Like,
So
come on, bro.
what'd you think of the those new young kids? That's a little savage with 2 votes in the beginning. Freaking cutthroat motherfuckers.
Yeah, dude. They don't take no shit. All like we got three new kids, right?
Yup,
It's
yup.
three new kids. Yeah, yeah, yeah. They don't take no shit. They were just like, give the 2 votes was just like I'm good. Like this. That's it. So it's all you need to know.
He's like, I'm gonna vote for the only kid I've ever interacted with. Here's 2 votes. Like, I hope you get fired.
Yeah,
Dude, you've been here for a week, and it's not the first time we've had people like on the Survivor who've only been here for like a week or something. They don't really know what's going on, and we had 2, newbies this time with, I think it was Vivek and Jadel, and they both were like, yeah, I don't know, like I don't know how I feel about this, but Vivek knew exactly how I felt about it. He was fucking fired up. But yeah, those new kids are great, dude. They really are. They're killing us on views, and they're killing me on views. And to be honest, it's pissing me off because I like to fucking win. These kids are smoking me. Well, I mean, they have super niche topics. They're really great. I mean, and the other thing is that they're super well written for like a 16-year-olds, and these kids can't even fucking drive yet, Anthony.
Yeah.
They can't even drive yet, and they're still outriding me and out getting clicks on me. It's like a wake up call for a lot of people here, and even like for people like me, and like the other people that have been around a while, like Carl. Like shit, like it's a little. We got a little friendly competition to just try and go fucking view for view with, and I've been losing. I don't like losing. I don't like losing, Anthony.
Gotta bump those numbers up. Oh, I know, Adam. I know. We gotta bump those numbers up, man.
All right. Anything else on Survivor? I mean, I guess I'll kind of just talk about my votes a little bit. I voted for the kid who got fired, Stairs, and Memo Pinto or Guillermo Pinto. I voted for Stairs because, and I deferred to Garrett on this in real time. I was like, I'm pretty sure he's the guy that, when you don't know people, you get names confused. And there was 2 names I was getting twisted a little bit, and I was like, so the guy who ended up getting fired got one of my votes, and I had a second one, and I gave it to the Memo Pinto, who put on maybe the worst performance ever. And I'm so happy that Hunter did a good job of editing that video and putting in that fucking clip of that shitty MLB short where the dude was like yawning. Like I said it in the show. I was like, Milo left you out to dry. Like whatever that was, you guys need to edit that better and trim it up. It's called MLB short. It was a 20-minute long video. It's longer than like podcast segments. Like it's
nah, dude,
like,
can't be that.
Like,
can't
so
be
what
that
are we
long.
doing? And like him yawning in the middle is just like the disrespect was incredible. So he was my vote. He's still around, but I'm sure he'll be on the next list too.
Probably. I mean, hey, kids gotta, people gotta hope that Trey doesn't do more than them. Although I will say this, there are some days where I feel like if Trey gets mad and he's like, all right, fuck this, I'm writing like 10 posts, and just by the way, like the group is, and like I just know it by now. I've been here so long, I just know how it is. There ain't no way the group is getting to like 10 posts unless it's like some crazy day where we just magically get like 20. There was only one day that I can remember where we got like 20 posts in a day. That was like right in the middle of my internship. I remember Trey said something that he was like disappointed with the post that went out the day before. Like it was crazy. I think there was maybe 4 posts done and I had like 2 of them. So it was like the start of like him thinking about the Survivor thing. And then he talked about it next day. There was like 20 posts. He didn't even have to do anything. Like everything was done. Like there was like everyone, like people, news posts like up the ass, like all the opinion stuff like going around, like rumors and trade talks and shit, like that was all taken care of that day. It was actually pretty crazy. So I think that was the that was like the start of Trey thinking about like maybe I should do the Survivor thing.
The origin of the Survivor thing was probably started there, and then he was dwelling on it or whatever. And then remember, like the week before or a few days before the first one, he was real pissed off that he got posted the group.
Yep.
And he was like, I'm just gonna have the people who voted like vote for me, and I'm gonna do a post out of it. And I was like, Trey, well, like, why don't you just do it on video? And then bad. Anyway, we definitely got rid of the right guy. There's another guy on this list who we haven't even mentioned yet, who we're gonna really get into in a little bit.
That one. Oh boy.
But I guess we'll just, so that was Sunday. We'll work our way backwards for the Vendetta stuff. We'll work our way. I don't even fucking know what order we're going in. Anyway, Conor McGregor, Dustin Poirier, UFC 264, I think it was, Saturday night. It was, the trilogy, the end of, to figure out who the champion of these two were. Poirier was the Vegas favorite. He was minus 140 something, 160 something like that. Conor was a plus 120. Anyway, McGregor gets his ass kicked for the first round, and then his leg breaks. Whatever, broken leg, sucks to see a fucking major fight end that way. Regardless of how you feel about either of the fighters, and specifically McGregor, like we paid to watch a fight. Having a broken leg like that is it's a shitty way to end it. However, I read the single dumbest thing in the world the other day. It was on Monday. We were it was just going on the random chat, and this motherfucker, let me find his name. Nicholas Speaks. I think his name is Nick Wilcox, his real name. He types in random, call me dumb, but I think Conor McGregor broke his leg on purpose.
Uh-huh.
He thought that this man had a clean break of his leg, and he did it on purpose. In real time, I was so dumbfounded. I literally, all my response in random was, quote, I don't think that's how breaking a leg works. But what do I know? I'm dumb. And that was it. And then the rest took off. Anthony, you think someone can break their leg on purpose?
I would think that the amount of incredible skill you would have to be able to possess to do that, why not just win the fight? I mean, like, bro, there ain't no, like, it's like so stupid for me to like even sit here and say that no, Conor McGregor did not break his leg on purpose. Okay, the dude his leg just snapped in half, and that's just like people just being trolls. But the only thing was,
I don't think he was trolling.
You think he was serious?
I think he was serious.
I don't know.
Everything I heard about this kid after makes me believe that he actually did that on purpose.
Hold on. I got to go. I'm going and looking at this now.
Go look at the blog. It's titled on Vendetta Sports Media, The Dumbest Thing You Will Read Today. It was, in fact, the dumbest thing you will read that day, and probably any day for a while. The fact that it came from our own little Slack is mind-boggling, because I know Trey. If luckily for this kid, Trey, Alex, and Garrett were recording Cheese when he said this, so neither of the three of them saw it in real time. Oh my God, he would have been. They would have completely said fuck Survivor. They wouldn't have cared about it, and they moved on. The video was out. They probably would have roasted this kid for a full hour. And you know that this kid is the one who stood up Alex Chick for the fantasy show last week?
I do remember that. Yeah, I do remember that. I'm just reading through this random chat right now.
Okay,
about
wait. The best part about it is that he, part of what we were talking about Survivor is that, so this kid, Nick, whatever his name is, was a Survivor candidate. He could have been voted off. If he had said this a few days ago, he would have been voted off, because I could assure you that everyone would have voted for him. Anyway, he says he doesn't know how to use Slack. That's why he Twitter DMs Trey. Trey obviously does not like being Twitter DM'd, especially from people within the Vendetta site. Yep. We have Slack for a reason. It kind of makes sense. It's funny. A little side note. I used to DM Trey on Twitter for the first week or two I worked here. because whenever before I had Slack on my phone, or like anytime I step out for like more than an hour, I was like, shit, I gotta tell him I'm up on my computer. And then he would just never answer me. And then eventually I moved up to the world to get his phone number, and now if I need him, I can just shoot him a text like that. But anyway, this kid says he doesn't know how to use Slack, and then this morning, I guess it was this afternoon.
It was oh god. Yeah, right. Yeah, right. Like wasn't it like it was like 11 or 12, I think, today. Because I was looking at random when I seen that.
He goes, notice there's 57 members and 57 members in general and 56 members in random. The guy that apparently doesn't know how to use Slack figured out a way to remove himself from the chat. So the channel that we were all just roasting him and shitting on him, rightfully so, you know, he was very dumb. And even though he won't admit it, he knows he was really dumb by even uttering those words. So once he backs out, I'm pretty sure all of his messages got deleted because I don't see it anymore.
No. Actually, no, they don't. They don't get deleted. I have them. I still have them.
Oh, here it is. I'll read the exact
They're
quote.
still there.
Quote, call me crazy, but he injured himself so he wouldn't even get more embarrassed. Yup. Let's just pull Houdini, break our leg, clean right off. Like, I don't even know how. I don't know. I wrote the blog about it. I just pretty much just said in 300 words how dumb he was and how I couldn't believe this is happening within our own site. I thought he should be honestly instantly fired, just because, not that it was like heinous or anything he said. It's just like, you can't have people that dumb working here. And then he starts coming at Max like,
Now see that, yeah, I know, but that's why Trey just like lets him rock, because that just gave us like a whole segment to talk about, just because it just adds to more content.
Dude, Trey
like,
loved it too, because he yesterday, so
yeah, of course,
in the Balls Deep stream, like of course, this man doesn't know how to log out of our company Twitch account into his own Twitch account. So every time he types in the chat, it looks like the person who's streaming is typing it. So anyway, he just spent probably the entire show just saying, Wilcox said, heinous statement to get Alex Schick mad. Wilcox said Derek Carr sucks. Wilcox said Mike Mayock doesn't know how to draft, and he was just poking the buttons for literally an hour and a half. Like, Troll Trey was on full display last night. It was hilarious.
It's fucking awesome. But I really hope that kid wasn't serious about kind of breaking his leg. I don't know. I think he was just being a troll. But
Think he listens to this or no?
I mean,
I'm gonna go no.
to be quite honest, probably not.
Hope he does. Sorry,
Watch,
buddy.
this will be the one time he does.
Yo, Hunter, you can clip that last part, like that entire, like the dumbest person in the world, and we'll just tweet it at him, and then I'll definitely make sure we see that.
Oh, absolutely.
Sorry, that was mean to me. All right, I do want to talk a little bit about actually McGregor before we move on.
Yeah.
Do you think he's washed? Like, do you think he fights again ever?
I think McGregor does fight again, but he is washed. Like, do I think he's gonna win a fight against like a legitimate contender, like a legitimate like number one contender opponent? No, I think those days are past him. I do think he fights again, but I don't think he's gonna win, because knowing McGregor, he's all about the money, and he's not gonna just take, like, I'll give him respect for this. He's not gonna take a cakewalk fight. Like, that's not him. Like, that's beneath him to take cakewalk fights. So he's only gonna fight guys by the name of Poirier, Nate Diaz, and Nurmagomedov.
He's gonna
And
get.
we all know
he's gonna get
all three of those
different
guys are gonna kick the shit out of him. And I'm pretty sure, like, you can even quote me on this, I'm almost 100% sure for a fact McGregor's next fight, whenever it is, 2 years from now, whenever he have rehabs, I'm pretty sure his next fight in the UFC will be Nate Diaz. And he's gonna try to use that to leapfrog himself, back into like a main event picture.
I think that McGregor, before he loses another fight, should actually just call it quits, and then he will remain, like, because regardless of how you feel about him, or he changed UFC and he changed MMA. There's no way he got so many casuals involved. He opened up the fan experience so much. So his legacy on UFC right now is literally incredible. Like, Dana White should probably give him a stake in UFC at this point. However, the more that this goes on, the more he's gonna kind of be looking like Peyton Manning at the end of his career, and everyone's gonna be like kind of clowning him a little bit. And people when
Yeah.
there's recency bias. People are gonna forget the dominant days. But for now, like I think he's better off calling it now, rehabbing if he wants it. I really do think he's gonna fight Jake Paul.
Oh,
100
100% he's
percent.
fighting Jake
I
Paul.
in the beginning I
Oh my
said
God,
no
without a
way.
doubt.
I
Would
said there
no,
was
without
no
a
way.
doubt.
Now, as we get, now that Jake Paul is literally fighting anyone, Jake Paul is fighting pretty much anyone he wants. He's choosing his opponents because everyone wants to cut at him, and they're making so much money, dude.
They are.
Like
You're
so
telling
much
me,
money.
you're telling me you don't add Conor McGregor to that. They're probably gonna take whatever he made, whatever Jake Paul made in his last fight. They're gonna take that and probably quadruple it just because he's fighting
They'll
Conor.
100% throw a 3 in the exponent right there.
Oh, without a
100%,
doubt.
dude. Like, and rightfully so, because both of those two names together on one card is incredible, and they could probably charge $119 to $125 for pay-per-view, and I bet you a dick ton of people buy it.
Of course they will. 100%. I, for one, would be going to like a bar to watch that because I would be. You
Who
wouldn't catch
wins?
me
Who
dead
wins?
spending in a Jake Paul Conor McGregor. Oh God. Oh,
Who do you hate
who
more? Who do
wins?
you hate more?
I hate Jake Paul more, to be honest with you. I just think Conor is funny and entertaining at this point. But oh God, if Conor McGregor lost to Jake Paul in a boxing match, uh I don't know, man. I tell you what, Conor McGregor would never be able to go on TV again. Like that dude would have to literally go into hiding. I mean, yeah, go into hiding with your millions, sure, but go into hiding nonetheless.
Jake Paul's a lot bigger than him. McGregor's a small dude.
I know, but it's I know, but
And I've been wrong on
just,
Jake Paul so many times because I thought there was no way that he was going to lose to Askren. That I thought that a real combat sport guy was going to fucking take him. And
I'm not gonna lie to you though. Askren was like the worst example like MMA could have gave.
no, dude, he's an
for that. Like,
embarrassment for the sport of wrestling. Also,
came out super addish. Like Ben Askren looked like he didn't touch a mat for 5 months and just ate Burger King and then just stepped into the boxing ring.
I think McGregor has pretty much been doing the same thing for the most part. I don't know how much he's been training.
He probably like I wouldn't doubt if McGregor probably just shows up like I don't know what do you say like goes like a quick 6-week camp does camp and he's like all right I'm ready to go.
Yeah, like he still got that, like he still thinks he's like a fucking professional fighter, which I mean, I don't know. Conor McGregor, the legend, is slowly dwindling the more fights he takes and the more L's he catches. And he's gonna go. To be honest, here's the thing: as soon as the first Jake Paul fight happens, then you get the trilogy.
Yeah.
So he can bank on those 3 over the next like 5 to 6 years. He'll make probably 20 times X what he made in his entire UFC career because they don't pay dirty fighters dick.
No, they don't.
Yeah,
no,
that's the real UFC issue, is that like Jake Paul and these guys are just exposing the fuck out of Dana White in that entire industry because they don't get paid for shit. And these like novelty fights and these TikTok, YouTube, and all these fucking whatever pop up like not propaganda, like pop up shit, like they're making bank, and these UFC guys are not.
Like if Dana White could pay these guys, I'm not like listen. I'm not saying that he could pay them what Jake Paul could offer them, just because that's just not good for business. I mean, like that's just a guy that one off does an event like once every 6 or 7 months. I get the business side of it, but he definitely could be paying these guys a little bit more. I mean, UFC does draw a lot of views. Like it's not like the sport is probably as high as it's ever been right now.
Great transition, Anthony. Speaking of views, they're playing Game 5 or Game 4 actually tonight.
I think, yeah.
Suns are up 2-1. Bucks kind of won the last one. I don't really care, to be honest, with the NBA playoffs, and I'm not the only one. And about the NBA Finals, and Anthony and we're going to move on from this pretty quickly, but I just wanted to put it on record. Anthony and I called this first. The NBA ratings are down. Shocker. Maybe because there's no super teams and we're smack dab in the middle of July. But what do I know? Just know how to predict the future. Anthony, want to rub it in their faces? We fucking knew.
I mean, We did know. I mean, what did you expect? You run the playoffs late into the year. Like the MLB All-Star game just happened and you're still in the finals. Like this should be free agency time right now. That's that's what people know in their heads that that's what they have attention for. Like this, I mean, what do you got? You got two teams that have never won the finals before. And to be honest, other than the cities of Milwaukee and Phoenix, who really gives a shit?
Yeah,
Like
Milwaukee, they get like 3 nice months out of the year in that state. Like they're gonna go out and enjoy the fucking sun and the daylight.
seriously.
If like actually though, like it's a big difference. You miss out on these major markets and these major super teams. You know, we called it, we knew it. I just wanted to just brag a little bit. I felt that was right.
Absolutely. We deserve to brag when we predict correctly.
One thing I definitely did not predict: Alonso, home run derby champion, back to back with a little 2020 home run derby in the middle. Um, Before we get into the actual like talking about Pete and the derby, it was just absolutely worst case scenario for this man to be up against the finals against Trey Mancini. Like worst case scenario,
Yeah,
dude. Like
bro.
as
Yeah,
a
dude.
as a Mets fan, I didn't even know what I wanted. Like I'm obviously happy for my boy Alonso and him just because like he doesn't. He's made more money in winning 2 home run derbies than he's made in his Mets playing career.
Yes.
He's got
Yeah,
1.4
bro. He's
million
only
salary and 2 million home run derby awards.
like that. That's crazy. That's crazy. Actually, when is he a free agent? Should be soon.
I think he gets ARB this year.
Oh boy.
He's barely been in the MLB. 20,
Yeah, he's
2019 was his first year.
that's right. That's right.
And
Yeah.
like he was one of the ones that they kind of held for a little bit and they kind of fuck with his service time a little bit. So
Yep,
I
they
mean
did.
they're gonna make it. I think they're gonna make it right, especially because it's a new owner here. But yeah, I mean he's obviously gonna make money in arbitration, rookie of the year. He's got
Yeah.
some value to a team, and he's gonna get paid a little bit, but he's not gonna be paying like close to what most of his teammates are making.
Which I listen. I think it's pretty fucked up just because, I mean, Pete Alonso is the face of the Mets. Like he's
No,
literally
he's
the face.
not. No, he's
You
not.
don't think Alonso's the
No,
face of
it's
the
Jacob
guy?
DeGrom.
Jacob DeGrom, I'm sorry, he's the best player on your team, but he has no personality. He's just like stone cold. Like he reminds me of DJ LeMahieu
Bro,
as
what do you
like as
mean?
a
Last
pitcher.
episode we were talking about him wrestling teammates and shit. Like he's got a personality.
Yeah,
Just
but
because he
he
didn't pitch in
doesn't.
the All-Star game doesn't mean it can like boring. He is the
No,
face.
I don't
He
think
should be
Jacob
the
DeGrom's
face of
boring.
baseball. He's the best player in the major leagues. Shohei can pitch and hit all he
Come
wants.
on, you're gonna
No
tell
one's
me you're
doing
gonna
the
tell me
same
Jake
thing
you're
that
gonna you're
DeGrom's
gonna tell
doing.
me Jake is more entertaining than Pete Alonso. Just
Yes,
entertainment factor.
100 times out of 100.
Really?
Yes.
That's crazy. I
Dude,
don't
Pete
agree with you
Alonso
at
had
all.
strikeout or home run, and this year he's not even hitting home runs. DeGrom, you're watching literally one of the best pitchers of all time. Every 5 days, go out and fucking shut these motherfuckers up, dude. Yelich today was talking on he was on PMT, and he was just saying how he's like even like lucky if he foul tips the ball against DeGrom. Like it's the best player in baseball, dude.
No, I get what you mean,
Not even the
but I
face of
mean,
my team.
I'm just saying from an entertainment standpoint, Pete Alonso, I think is more entertaining than DeGrom and anybody on your team. That's just what I listen. I'll
You're
tell you
also
this.
like an unusually like as a Yankee fan, you're kind of like an unusual like Alonso stan.
Yes, as I am I am a anomaly because I am a Pete Alonso sympathizer and I'm a Yankee fan. Like it's so weird too. I think it's the weirdest shit ever. Like there's a bunch of Yankee fans that don't like Alonso. Like right after the home run derby, I go on Twitter. What's like the first 10 things I see is like Yankee fans talking about, oh well, after the game, and he was cutting his promo, and he's like, oh, I think I'm the best power hitter in the league, and these guys are like, oh, you talk to me when you're when you got a 500 slugging. I'm like, dude, the dude just won back-to-back home run derbies. Like I would be saying that shit too. Like I'm the best power hitter in the league. Like, are you? I mean, probably not, but like what do you expect him to say? It was fun being out here. I had fun beating a cancer survivor in the finals. Like,
Listen,
what
don't get
did
me
you want
wrong.
the guy to say?
I love Alonso, and he is so much energy. And even though like have you seen this like Donnie Stevenson fucking guy? This like yoked
Oh,
like
you talking about Donnie Diesel?
yo fuck that guy. I want him so far away from the team, dude. Pete and him are boys. Like Pete's the one that's always bringing him in. I don't know what the deal with that guy is, but all I know is when that guy comes around, they lose and the bats go away. But like, no, I mean, first of all, just an all-time like savage finals for Pete in general because they have to take like a fucking 10-minute break for that kid to get carted off the field. And
Yes, it's
meanwhile,
very true.
Alonzo is just like
And
bumping
Alonso's
out to
back.
his music. Like you don't give
He's
a
bopping his head.
shit, and then he's got to
Bro,
go.
I thought he put on such a great performance. He was just demolishing the ball. Let me tell you, whoever was throwing pitches to him,
Game
that guy
chows,
does that guy deserves a freaking raise.
Did you see that picture of that of
Yes, the 4-pitch overlay.
yes,
Where
the
all
4-pitch
same exact
overlay,
spot.
and then the ESPN breakdown of like the strike zone. They were all in that like one little. It was incredible. I mean, listen, the guy knew exactly what he was doing.
100%.
And Alonzo loves him. He did the last one he's gonna do. Yeah, and Alonzo said himself he's gonna compete in every home run derby until he's offered. I think because like he most likely like needs the money. That could be it.
Probably, yeah. I mean, think about it. You go to the home run derby. You've been killing it every year. You make $1 million if you win. Why not just keep going?
So after
more than your whole year's salary.
After the derby, him and his like family and his friends that were there, they went out to a bar.
Yeah.
And then about like probably around like 1 or 2 a.m. I started seeing these videos. They closed the bar like pretty much like 15 minutes after he got there. And him and all his boys and family were trying to celebrate, and they're like, "Sorry, dude, like we don't even care about baseball where we are. Get the fuck out."
Like that, yeah. That's so
it's like demoralizing, and it's not even like he's like, "All right, like I'll give you like $100,000 to stay open." Like he don't have that money right now.
No.
And like I don't know if he donated. Like I know in 2019 he donated half the home run derby money to the like either the 9/11 Foundation or the Warrior Foundation, but I don't know if he's doing that this year because like last year shortened season, like he probably
he didn't get home run derby. He didn't get the home run derby money, and I know he already got a pay cut because of the fact he only played 60 games.
Right. So like he might need that cheddar. So big shout out Pete. I hope he just uses this to like kind of turn up the rest of the year. He honestly hadn't really been hitting home runs until the last week of the season. Yeah, you know what? We're gonna finish up with continue about this. So the Sunday before the All-Star break, our two teams suffered very similar fates. Saturday night, Garrett Cole fucking shows up Aaron Boone, says my fucking game, my game.
Absolutely loved it.
How much did you almost buy back in? How were you almost back after that?
Like, I was about to buy a Garrett Cole jersey after that.
Shut the fuck up, Anthony. Dude. He needs some smart attack before you can buy a jersey.
I was about to. I swear to God, I was at least going to buy a T-shirt at the very least. I was thinking about it. Like he really got me thinking about it because when's the last time we've seen pitchers do that to managers, especially on the Yankees? I like at least as far as I can remember. Mike Mussina, like Andy Pettit, CC, those are the last times I've seen a pitcher just yell at a manager that they're staying in the game. And I'm so happy he actually did that. Basically told Aaron Boone his fucking lifeless, just wet mop personality. I'm pretty sure he said, because I remember I saw it on Twitter. They were reading his lips, and I'm pretty sure he said, "Sit the fuck down. This is my game.
My fucking game.
This is my fucking game." This is something to that effect. And I thought it was great. I mean, listen, he needed that start so badly. Like everybody knew, like going into it, he had like 3 or 4 really bad starts in a row. He really needed a good start.
Back in Houston, it all
kind of lined up. You cannot get any better than a complete game shutout and 12 strikeouts against your former team, and who your former team is actually a really good team too this year still. So you can't get any better than that. Like that was a really good way for him to end the first half of the season. I just loved everything about that game.
And I was just saying, so another note in that game, and this is kind of where we're both on similar pages, how you kind of stand Alonzo. And I think I might have to I don't know if I'm going to stand Aaron Judge because I think he is standing is also such a weird word. I don't know why I keep using it. Anyway,
yeah.
Yo, when Judge went like this and did
that was so great. So great.
I loved it. And I hated that I loved it at the same time. But it was an all-time troll, subtle, I think like he had probably the worst fucking follow-up answer to it at the press conference after, but we can kind of
So
forget
it's getting
that.
it's a little
He's like,
chilly in
yeah,
here.
it's a little chilly. Like, shut the fuck up, dude. You could just be like, yeah, everyone knows they cheated, so why can't you just be like, yeah, like I was making a joke about last year. I don't know, but when Aaron Judge trolls, bad things follow.
Hey, listen, that wasn't his fault. I'm not blaming him for that for what
You don't blame
happened
him
on.
for Sunday?
Nah, that honestly, that's just the story of the first half of our season. I mean, if that was like a one-off thing, like if that was the first time that happened all year, I would have then been like Aaron Judge, like shut up. But the fact that that's happened like 3, 4 times, literally the exact same way, where we had a lead of 4 or 5 runs and just blew it in the bottom of the ninth. I'm not gonna get mad at him for that. That's just been the Yankees this year. Just can't hold on to a lead. Just you pitcher after pitcher, just completely ineffective. But you know what?
It
It's
was really
whatever.
it was a really fun sequence, and Altuve kind of got the last laugh. First of all, just because it's how everyone's gonna remember the first half of the season. Yankees fans are gonna forget the Saturday night 1-0 shutout, and they're gonna remember Altuve getting the last laugh, ripping his shirt off. The one thing that I thought that was a little bit weird of him was like he was super self conscious about some like tattoo. Did you see a tattoo when he ripped the shirt off? Because I didn't see a tattoo.
I see. I don't know if someone photoshopped it because I could have sworn I did see a picture without with the tattoo. I'm gonna try to look it up right now and see if the one I saw was photoshopped or not. But you know what I don't like about that? I thought his whole backstory to him not ripping his shirt off was because his wife would get mad at him, or that whole or that tattoo thing. Like, bro, like
Whatever
that just
whatever it
made
was,
it like
we heard so many excuses.
so much excuses, and then now he's gonna be like all fucking just rip his shirt off. Oh yeah,
So while Ant's looking for the picture, I'll talk about a little bit with the Mets Sunday night. Put up a 5 spot in the first inning. Things were looking great. Right after they had a 10 run
okay,
inning earlier in the let me see the picture and we'll cut it in.
yeah, I got it. You tell me there is no look at that thing. That's a tattoo.
Send me that
Do you see
screenshot.
that?
But yeah, I do see it. I don't know if it's. I gotta see the actual. See if it's a scribble or looks like
I'll send it to
Photoshop.
you right
But
now. It's
send it to me.
honestly
We'll
like
put it in the video right here as well.
it looks like little chicken scratch. Like I can't even see that thing.
Yeah. So I don't know. The Mets had equally as bad loss. The Pittsburgh fucking Pirates, almost Steelers, the worst team in baseball.
This,
They're up 5-0, and the
yeah.
offense just mailed it in. Kind of that's been our biggest issue this year. Is just like what's the consistency of the offense. I don't know. I obviously don't know this for certain, but I am really, really, really hopeful and really do think that the Mets are going to get Chris Bryant, which would be huge. I think JD Davis is going to be traded. He's about to be healthy. So once he makes back to major league claim and clears his IL stint, I can see him being a piece of the puzzle that's moved. Um, the Mets desperately need some power and having a righty. They can't hit lefties at all. So, Chris Bryant kind of fits that need. The Cubs are big time sellers, which is crazy. They went from winning like 11 straight to like now we're selling off the face of our
Yeah.
franchises. Like they're gonna, and I posed this in the group, and I'm curious to hear what you say about like of Javi, Rizzo, Bryant, Kimbrel. How many of those four get traded?
Oh, I think at least I'd say at least 2 out of 4, if not 3 out of 4. I think the only one that stays might be Javi, just because he's young enough that they might be able to like
I'd be
stick
so
with him.
pissed though if I was him and I watched him get in trade my like the entire team around me
No,
just because I don't.
I'd
So
be
like I
aggravated.
wouldn't even
I'd
want
be
to resign
aggravated.
with them. Like I know the Red Sox could really use Rizzo. He's a first baseman. Trey's been begging me to try and trade him Dom Smith as if me and Zach Scott are boys. But I really I think that the Mets are genuinely like one piece away. Carrasco seems like he's coming back soon. Um,
I believe he's going to be making a rehab start soon, Carrasco, actually.
correct. So we'll see what we're doing. I don't know. I don't know what the future is going to hold. I'm nervous about the way we ended the first half and hope that momentum kind of stays put. We had a lot of guys coming back from injury that were kind of just getting back in the groove of things. McNeil was just getting hot again. Lindor kind of looked like he was hitting a little bit the last 2 weeks of the season. I don't know. It's a lot. It's a lot of
But
unknowns going forward.
yeah, I will tell you this though. I would definitely like to be in the Mets position more than the Yankees position, just because you're in first place. Like no, like whatever happened first half of the year, you're still in first place, and your division at this point of the season is like garbage. The division is garbage. I mean, the Phillies can't get it together. The Braves, sorry, but Acuna towards ACL, like that
Tough.
sucks. Like, and that's like that's a
Trey thinks they
terrible
should.
thing.
Trey thinks they should trade Freeman. I would love that.
Why?
I would
I
love his.
mean, that'd be great for you guys because I know you would like to not see Freddie Freeman anymore. But
Yeah, I don't know if he's going
I don't know
anywhere.
about
I
that.
think,
I
I
don't
think
know
he's
about
just being
that.
hopeful.
Yeah, probably. But and then the Nationals, Kyle Schwarber. I mean, basically turned into Jesus for like 3 weeks, but he got hurt, so
And
they're out.
of course that fucking started when he started playing the Mets, and they just put him.
Yeah,
They
yeah.
put Dave, and David Martinez put him lead off, and he started fucking cranking home runs.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what happened to him. He actually put together like this is just a little thing about Kyle Schwarber, just so everybody knows how crazy that whole streak actually was. He did something that there's only two players before him that did, which was I believe something like 16 home runs in 15 calendar days or 15 games. And that was something that only Sammy Sosa and Barry Bonds have done before him. And we both know that Sammy Sosa and Barry Bonds were like the
Two of the
kings of the
greatest, yeah.
steroid era. The kings of the steroid era. And in my opinion, Barry Bonds is the best baseball player of all time, regardless of steroids or not. But that's a topic for another day. But yeah,
Yeah.
that was pretty crazy for them. But yeah, Kyle Schwarber goes down. The Nationals are basically done at this point. Like you're not worried about them anymore. And the Marlins are the
The
Marlins.
Marlins, yeah.
They made the playoffs last year, but they're not going
Don't
anywhere
count.
this year. Yeah, they're not going anywhere this year. So the Mets are pretty much good as a fact of like they're going to make the playoffs. I believe Fangraphs. I believe
Oh,
it was yeah.
I don't want to hear it. Whatever
You don't
whatever
want
you
to hear
say,
Fangraphs
I don't want
quote?
to hear it
Never
because
mind.
Fangraph's always wrong. I don't give a shit. And that's have to
Okay,
win.
so then
And
you know what
they're
I
not a
will.
championship team right now. To be honest, they're not. They're a piece away, a piece or two away.
They are a piece away, but I'm gonna tell you right now.
All right,
You know what works?
just tell me. Just tell me. What was the number?
Oh, I was gonna say the 77% chance to make the playoffs.
Oh, that's way too high.
That's way too. He doesn't like that. He doesn't
It's
like
just it's more set up for disappointment.
it. I was gonna say. I mean, listen, playoff baseball. You know how it works. Strong bullpen, good 1, 2, 3 starters, and a fourth guy who you could throw in every, like randomly throughout the game. And right now, I mean, you guys have a pretty dependable bullpen, and you can say what you want. I mean, the Mets probably, have top, what would you say, top 4, top 3 rotation, one,
Yeah,
2, 3 at least in the MLB.
100%. And that's without Syndergaard, could be who could be number 2 on that staff. Honestly,
Yeah.
they've been getting. I mean, there's no way they were expecting a year like this from Taijuan Walker or Stroman. I'm super glad we didn't sign Trevor Bauer. And but yeah, I mean, kind of last little note on the Mets is that it's July 14th, and I'm still very much vested in the Mets and their day to day, and that's hasn't been like this in my life in a while, probably since 2015. So it's an exciting time to be a Mets fan. I'm just excited about it. All right, one more little sports thing before we get into we're gonna do a little bit of a little draft at the end of the show. But before we get there, are you worried about Team USA basketball?
They did win last night. They played Argentina.
They
I
lost
believe.
Nigeria and who else?
They lost to Nigeria and I think Australia.
New Zealand, maybe some shit like that. Yeah, who knows? Anyway,
I'll tell you this. Am I worried? To be honest, not really. Just because I feel like once they get their groove, like playing together, they'll be fine. The only thing that does bother me, I will tell you this, is their team is not built like past Olympic teams have been for us. They all have this. This Team USA is just all like great ISO players. They're not very big. They don't rebound well, and they definitely don't play defense. So their whole hope is that they're just going to be able to shoot the lights out, and that the other team can't even hope to catch up. But I don't like that strategy. I'm an old school basketball type of guy. I like the big man in the paint, rebounds, defense. double doubles. I like that. But this team they got constructed, it's just like too much guard play, like too much skill play. Like they're too reliant on the three, and they don't really move as a team. I mean, if you think about it, it's just there's a Katie, Dame, uh, Jason Tatum, but I mean, like I don't know, man. If I were them, I would definitely hurry up and get my shit together. I'll tell you that because you can't keep playing like this, and you're gonna run into a team like Spain or even Luca's team. I know damn well Luca knows how to carry a team, so I wouldn't be surprised. I wouldn't be surprised if Team USA like basically shits on our expectations, but
It's
I'm
a
not
tough
that worried.
it's a tough look to lose to those two teams, but at the end of the day, they're just exhibitions, and I think
That is
that
true.
they're all athletes and they know how to, they're all professional athletes at the highest level, and they're going to know how to turn it up when it comes time. I guess the other thing is I'm not worried because I don't really care. Um,
That
no,
too. It's kind of like whatever.
I'm not like, I like USA and all that, but like, I don't know. USA basketball has just dominated everyone since they let the pros come in. Like, I don't know. Like my concern come wrestling season, come Olympic season is the wrestling tournament. I'll be all about that. I'll be dialed into that. But to be honest, like, I don't know. If like Team USA has a game that's closer than 10 points in the Olympics, I'd be shocked.
Yeah.
I mean, they got to get used to the refs, and I don't know. I don't know if the ball size is
Well,
different
that too. The
or
refs
the
and
3 point line, but
the
like
three
that type
point
of
line is
stuff.
different. The refs are definitely different because they're not like the NBA refs who call tic tac fouls. Like you actually have to get fouled
Right.
to get free throws. So they got to get used to that. And you know what else? We got so spoiled with our Olympic USA teams that you know what I mean. Like that now it's like they lose two games, we're like in panic mode. But we got to still realize that they still have the best players in the world. It's just they just got to gel and get it together.
Yeah, Christian issued a great post about that at the site, so you can check that out at vendettasportsmedia.com. Um, yeah, that's pretty much it for the sports. Anything we missed sports wise?
Uh, let's see. No, I think we got it. We got Judge, Altuve, Yankees, Mets, McGregor,
Alonzo, yeah.
Alonzo. Yeah, no,
We got the
covered
fucking
it.
moron. We covered the moron. All right.
Yeah, covered Connor. Yeah, fucking breaks
So
right
this is something we're gonna kind of be workshopping in the next coming episodes and weeks, whatever. But we're gonna try and be doing a little bit of top fives. I don't know. And so I figured there's no better place to start than I define these as like fast casual restaurants. So, for example, that'd be like I don't know. I'm not talking about like McDonald's or Burger King. I'm talking about like more like a Cracker Barrel or a place where you could sit down, you get a meal, you got to tip the person,
now.
that type of place. So we'll go top five each. Can't pick each other's. We'll go like draft style. Since I kind of just threw this topic at you, I'll let you go first. You can get first pick.
Okay. Number one.
Number one.
Number one. My number one. 100% Cracker Barrel.
Wow. Yeah, Cracker Barrel's fucking great, dude.
Bro, every single time I've like when me and my family we would go to sometimes we go to Florida, like we used to drive. Legit hit Cracker Barrel maybe like 6 times on the way down there and then eat at it like twice while we were there in Florida.
Oh, dude, Cracker Barrel's incredible. So cheap, so good.
It's so awesome.
So good. The
The
store,
biscuits,
the
the
fucking
biscuits,
game,
the store.
the
Oh, God.
cornbread. Yeah. All right, that's a good one. That was definitely on my list. All right, my number one overall, it's gotta be Cheesecake Factory. First of all, there's so many options, dude. It's like every time you sit down, you read that menu, it's like literally reading a book. Now that you're on the phone,
The menu.
now that you're on the phone, it's
The
literally like I
menu's like
said,
20 pages long.
it's a 10-minute scroll on my phone, dude. I gotta scan the QR code. It's brutal. Yeah. So just cheesecake, they got so many. You just can't go wrong. There's an option for
No, you
everyone.
can't.
The brown bread's incredible.
Facts. I haven't been to Cheesecake Factory in so long. I gotta go back.
Dude, I hit the one by me all the time. It's like an easy date night too. Like, oh, let's go cheesecake. Like,
oh yeah,
absolutely. So nice. Like they have darker lights in there sometimes.
Yeah.
All right, you're number two.
I gotta go with a number two. See, I want to put this, but I don't know if it counts because like mostly everybody watching the show is not from Westchester. But I was gonna say Candlelight.
No, you can't put that.
I can't put that,
No,
unfortunately. But
Candlelight's the
this
best
is this
food in
is
Westchester. But
this is for anybody that happens to drive through Westchester, New York. Go look up Candlelight and go. Just go. I'm not even gonna tell you what they got.
Actually.
Just go. You're going tomorrow.
So.
I already have plans. I'm going at the second I come back from Florida.
Bro, there's a Candlelight in Florida. You know that, right?
One in Florida.
Called Candlelight South.
No fucking way. Oh shit! All right, I gotta go. I gotta see if that's.
We could spend 20 minutes talking about Candlelight.
Oh, I can talk about Candlelight all fucking day. Yeah, but number two. How's it going? Number two. You know what? I'll go with the Yard House. I love Yard House's food.
Dude, Yard House is so good too.
Yard House is fucking amazing. And then they give you those like you get the beers and like it's like those
the yardsticks,
the yardsticks. Oh, those are great.
The doors, all their doors are that like the handles are those. Yeah.
They're all the handles. It's great.
They have like, do you eat sushi? You like sushi or no?
I love sushi.
You gotta have like their like tuna like poke nachos. Shit's fucking banging. All right. Wow, Yard House. I did not see that one going. My number two, I'm going with Outback.
Outback. Okay.
This is where Trey and I went. First of all, blooming onions, banging. You can't go wrong with the steak. And like the good thing about Outback is like even though it's like kind of like it's like a whatever you want to call like a semi-fast like type food, like they know how to cook a steak right. So I can get a steak medium rare there, and I'm gonna get the steak medium rare. They ain't fucking that shit up.
They'll actually do it. Yeah, that's the thing. You got to go to a steakhouse to get like your steak the way you actually want it. Otherwise, it's just whatever the chef feels like doing. Like that's what it's gonna be if you get a steak anywhere else. Which is why I personally don't get steak anywhere unless the restaurant literally says steakhouse on it. That's the only way I'm getting steak. But I'm a little spoiled. I've worked in a butcher shop for like 6 years all through college, and
we got some great steakhouses near us too.
Yeah, we have a lot. We have at least like 5 that I know off the top of my head. But
like elite steakhouse,
yeah. Now I'm getting way off the rails. So let me bring it back. So my number three is going to be Red Lobster, and solely for the cheddar biscuits.
Dude,
I could literally sit there. I could eat the cheddar biscuits all day long.
Just go to the frozen section of your grocery store. You can buy them from there and throw them in the oven.
It's not the same. I think I've went to Red Lobster one time and just got like popcorn shrimp, but I was like, listen, I'm just ordering this just so you guys don't kick me out. Like, keep bringing me these bacon cheddar biscuits, and I'm gonna leave whenever I feel like I stop eating.
You had a great start with Cracker Barrel, but like sneaking down to Red Lobster at 3. Oof. That's tough for the draft strategy. My number 3. Wow, this one's tough. I'm hitting myself with a little TGI Fridays.
Okay, fair enough.
Part of this a little bit nostalgia for me because I grew up in walking distance to one, so like that's where I was spending all my like middle school. That's where we were all hanging out and doing stuff like that. But the Jack Daniel's menu, it's just like a collab, and that sauce is just something you really cannot get anywhere else. And it's burger, ribs, whatever you want. They got the sauce on it. Fire, flames, like almost 10 out of 10.
Yeah, TGI Fridays. Love that place. It's actually great. I'm such a big fan of like the appetizers at TGI Fridays.
Oh, great, dude.
I love those things.
They got banging matzo sticks too. Banging.
Oh, okay. I got one for you, number 4. Now, this probably should be reversed with Red Lobster, but we're gonna leave this the way it is for now. Man, how could I forget about Friendlies?
I miss Friendlies.
Bro.
They closed the ones by us.
Yes, they did.
So good. It was on Central Ave. It was banging.
Yes, and there's 3 of them open by my girl. Let me tell you, I eat at Friendlies probably like 3 or 4 times a month. Like I'm there all the freaking. I'm there every week almost. Like wow. I love Friendlies.
Get the Sundays too.
Oh hell yeah! Oh, you know it. You always gotta get ice cream.
Can't go wrong. Always do ice cream.
Always.
Wow. All right. I know what my 5th pick is gonna be, but I don't know what my 4th pick is gonna be. I guess that doesn't really make sense, but I'll probably just, you know what, fuck it. IHOP. Just like having a breakfast, you need a breakfast one on the list. Like they got banging omelets, their pancakes. Like, yo, you can get an omelet and pancakes for like $9.99. Throw some coffee
Yeah,
in, like it's all you need to eat for the day.
pretty much. Yeah.
Get 3 pancakes and a fucking 4 egg omelet, dude. You're set for the week.
Hell yeah. IHOP is great. I love going there. I love getting pancakes from there. Now, now I need now I need a fifth.
I know what that
Let's
is
see.
now. I
Let's see.
remembered. You better not fucking take mine.
I don't know. I'm gonna hope I. I'm trying to. I don't. Oh. There's nah. This definitely. I was gonna say it's Dave and Buster's count, but it definitely don't count.
You want Dave and Buster's? I'll give you Dave and Buster's. That place is elite.
Okay. 100% Dave and Buster's count. Because you could eat there, like they have the restaurant. You could sit down, eat, get service to you, tips, like you tip the waiter, all that done. Then go play like 3 hours of art.
The eat
Then go get
combo, dude.
it's so great.
Get some chicken fingers and like $25 to go fuck around in the arcade. Sign
Hell
me
yeah.
up.
Hell yeah.
Before I take my fifth pick, I have a quick Dave and Buster story. So there's one pretty close to me in the Palisades Mall.
Yes.
So me and my boy, a good friend, we went one time, and I don't know why. It was like a Friday night. We decided to try and order some beers. 17 years old. You know, we all have our fake IDs at the time, blah, blah, blah. We get caught. Whatever. Like, not the end of the world. They don't call the cops. You would have thought, though, that we had shot the president the way that they escorted us out of that place. They had, it was me and my buddy. There was two people, one guy in front, two people in front of him, then us two. To my right and his left were two more security guards, and then they had another 3-man formation behind us. There was 10 people walking. 8 of them were Dave and Buster security to make sure I'm not let back in that place. I haven't gone back since.
Oh my god. That's dude. Why? He is 17 years old. It's like it's all right. You got your fake ID. So what?
And they literally, it was like the most important thing they did that day. I swear to God.
Had to be. They literally had nothing else better going on. Like the security guys in the back have been probably waiting for that moment their entire lives.
Bro, they've been waiting for this. Yeah, like David Buster's like, this is why we paid you. Like, go. They give him a hype speech in the room. Go get him.
the guy gets off the walkie-talkie, looks at his boys, and goes, guys, we got him.
And yeah, literally like the meme, the fucking George Bush meme. All right, yeah, that's my Dave and Buster story. Great place. Fun times. It's not the one I go to anymore. All right, my last pick. Close out the draft. Kind of close out the show. I'm going Buffalo Wild Wings, but not for the wings. You can't eat the wings there.
Honestly, I really don't even get the wings. I'm not gonna lie, like I really don't even get the wings.
And I think this might be like one of the like a thing for us because, like we said, we have Candlelight and other great places by us. It's like we're spoiled with great wings. So, but when I go to Buffalo Wild Wings, house sampler every time, dude. Every time, get a little boneless wings in there, just a little chicken nuggets, but you get a little bit of everything you need. Get an extra order of cheese curds. You're feeling lucky if you're, you're feeling good. You had a good workout that day, and pretty much it. You rounds out the draft. So I'll just go over it one more time, and then you know what, Hunter, clip this little part. We're gonna make a graphic of our draft, and we're gonna vote on it. We're just gonna be our introduction to our socials. We're gonna push this. We're gonna see what's a better draft. But for Anthony, it's Cracker Barrel, Yard House, Red Lobster. Yuck. Friendlies, David Buster's. For me, Cheesecake, Outback, Fridays, IHOP, B-Dub, aka Buffalo Wild Wings. What'd you call it? Did you call it BWW or B-Dub?
I could call B-Dub.
Yeah, B-Dub, something like shit like that. All right. I think that's gonna do it for episode 4, Empire's Finest. We will not be here next week. Anthony, enjoy Florida.
Thank you.
Anything you want to say?
Yeah. I've been hearing a lot about like shark attacks, like going off the coast and like the beach.
I think it's Shark Week, right?
It is Shark Week, actually. Yeah, my dad had it on like when I was upstairs before, and they were talking about literally almost like right where I'm going. Like there was like 3 shark attacks, like 2-3 months ago, and I'm like, oh, that's awesome, but it's okay because you know what, the sharks don't want these hands. I'm just gonna let you know that right now. So I'll be fine. I'll be back. Don't worry. But I'm gonna have a great time. Thank you.
And we're gonna hopefully get some great content ideas out of it. We'll be obviously Anthony and I will be chatting the whole time. But so yeah, episode 4, Empire's Finest. I guess I probably should have done this in the intro, but like Empire's Finest, part of the Vendetta Sports Media Podcast Network. Follow me on Twitter at AdamCreer1997. Follow Anthony on Twitter at Ant_Font1. Follow the show on Twitter. On Twitter is at EM1 Empires Finest. And then on Instagram, it's Empire's Finest, but the finest is the one in the Instagram. Hopefully, once we get like legit Instagram and Twitter, will just give us the original handles and all the shit that we want. But for now, we got to prove ourselves. So throw some fucking ones in there. Who cares? Font. Enjoy the rest of your week. Enjoy your week in Florida. Listeners, we'll see you guys soon. Enjoy the rest of your day.